Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the How to Build series where we're going through every single champion in the game, and I'm putting together a quick reference guide for newer players who just need a little guidance, know what kind of direction to head in with a champ. I won't be doing masteries and late game builds because that can be specific to how you want to use someone later on, so it would kind of be pointless for me to suggest masteries. And again, this is for the newer players who aren't really there yet. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it with Pounder. He is a defense champ, and his base stats are pretty nice. He's got nice enough base HP, and then his base defense is pretty solid. 1200 base HP is not bad. 95 speeds, not terrible. Maybe slightly on the low side, but not really too bad. And he does have 10 accuracy in his stats by default, which you don't see a ton. So let's get into his kit and talk about what we got going on here. Attacks one enemy, has a 25% chance of placing a 25% decrease attack buff for 2 turns. Damage is based on defense. So I always like to see when we have a defense champ where the damage is based on defense, because that means you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone when you're gearing him up. You're ramping up his survivability by putting defense on him, but you're also increasing his ability to do damage. So you don't have to actually put attack on him to make his attacks do a lot of damage. So I do like to see that. What I would really like to see here is the 50% decrease attack debuff, but it's a first turn decrease attack debuff, which is going to be helpful in places like dungeons where there's bosses and you know they're going to be hitting your team generally with AoEs. Anything you can do to reduce that damage is nice. Attack break is also useful in clan boss, but I don't get a vibe this dude is going to be super viable in clan boss, but we'll take a look at the rest of his kit and see what we have going on. Second skill, attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. If the target has a freeze debuff, has a 25% chance of placing it on another enemy. Okay. So that's pretty cool. It's a cool, unique little mechanic. It opens up the opportunity to kind of play around with some team comps if you wanted to. You'd have to find someone else with a freeze in their kit, because if he uses this skill to land a freeze, it will be on cooldown, which means he won't be able to use it again and hit someone that is already frozen. So where this is really going to shine is if you're running him with other champs that have freeze, or you put him on a frost set, which is one you'll get a little bit later. Maybe certain drops from certain areas, you'll get lucky and get some frost gear. This would not be a bad candidate. The frost set, when someone hits you, they have a chance of being frozen. So if someone hits him and gets frozen, and then he uses the skill on them for whatever reason, I don't know why you wouldn't go for the 75% chance of freezing someone else. Maybe, I was going to say maybe there's an AoE freeze, but even then, it's a weird skill. It seems like kind of a pointless skill. Maybe on auto it would be useful whenever he's not making the decision, and maybe he's using this on someone that's frozen. It seems actually, now that I have registered it, it seems like a waste of a mechanic. There's no reason for it to have the chance to freeze someone else if you're already hitting someone with a freeze, because why would you be hitting someone that has a freeze? If you have a 75% chance to freeze someone who isn't frozen, why would you hit someone who is frozen for a 25% chance to freeze someone else? Just hit someone else. Hit someone else and take the 75% chance to freeze. So I think that's stupid. Now that it took a second for me to register that as I was talking about it, I don't go through and look at these champs and like prep. We all dive in together here. So that's kind of stupid to me. I don't understand what the point in this is. I don't know why you'd hit someone that's already frozen and take a 25% chance when you could just hit someone that's not and take the 75% chance. So never mind, I think that's really stupid. That's a stupid skill. Increases the resistance of all allies by 15% for each active buff on this champion. So again, it's another cool mechanic. It's a cool, unique thing. You don't see it a ton. But you're gonna have to run a buff-heavy team. And I guess like in dragons, this could be useful, but he brings nothing else. He brings the decreased attack to a dragon's fight, I guess, but and then he's got a magic ally only aura. Okay. I guess if you want to use him anywhere there's a boss for the decreased attack, that's nice. If you want to run a team that's landing buffs on your own team to buff up everybody's resistance, you can do that. So like I said, dungeons where there's a boss, I guess campaign for the potential freezes on the waves and stuff. But I'm not a fan. I'm not feeling Pounder much. He's not. This is such a weird skill. I don't understand the thought process behind the skill. It's nice that he's defense and he scales off defense, so you of course want to put defense gear on him so that you can ramp up his survivability and his damage. You do want some accuracy on him to give him an opportunity to land this decrease attack and the freeze. And then you might want to put some speed on him, so I'm thinking maybe like a defense set, a speed set, and an accuracy set. And you might as well just go defense percentage on the gloves, defense percentage on the armor, and speed on the boots. There's no real reason to go crit rate on him. I don't think he's going to be smacking or anything. So he can just be there to be tanky, survivable, land freezes occasionally on the waves, land attack breaks on the boss, and do whatever this passive is doing. But this skill's dumb. I don't like this skill at all. So I guess that's going to wrap it up for Pounder. Not a huge fan of him. There's probably better options to do whatever it is you're wanting to do with him. But if you just want to use him, that's the information I have to offer on him. If you have any questions, drop them below. If anybody has any comments on Pounder, maybe you're using him and you like him better than I seem to like him. All that information is helpful. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.